Adjacent, adjacent, adjacent. The hotel is adjacent to beach. The hotel is adjacent to beach. Adjacency, adjacency, adjacency. The adjacency of the two buildings makes it easy to connect them. The adjacency of the two buildings makes it easy to connect them. Appraisal, appraisal, appraisal. The property appraisal was higher than expected. The property appraisal was higher than expected. Appraise, appraise, appraise. The manager will appraise your performance next week. The manager will appraise your performance next week. Appraisee, appraisee, appraisee. The appraisee must complete a self-assessment form. The appraisee must complete a self-assessment form. Appraiser, appraiser, appraiser. The appraiser estimated the house at $300,000. The appraiser estimated the house at $300,000. Demolish, demolish, demolish. They plan to demolish the old factory next month. They plan to demolish the old factory next month. En-suite, en-suite, en-suite. All bedrooms have en-suite bathrooms. All bedrooms have en-suite bathrooms. En-suite and en-suite and en-suite and. We stayed in an en-suite with sea view. We stayed in an en-suite with sea view. Fix up a place. Fix up a place. Fix up a place. They fixed up the old apartment before moving in. They fixed up the old apartment before moving in. Foreclosure, foreclosure, foreclosure. Many families lost their homes due to foreclosure. Many families lost their homes due to foreclosure. Foreclose, foreclose, foreclose. The bank decided to foreclose on the property. The bank decided to foreclose on the property. Inspect, inspect, inspect. The engineer inspected the building for safety. The engineer inspected the building for safety. Inspection, inspection, inspection. The building passed a safety inspection. The building passed a safety inspection. Inspector, inspector, inspector. The health inspector visited the restaurant yesterday. The health inspector visited the restaurant yesterday. Lease V, lease V, lease V. They leased the building for 5 years. They leased the building for 5 years. Lease N, lease N, lease N. The lease expires at the end of the year. The lease expires at the end of the year. Lease term, lease term, lease term. The lease term is 3 years. The lease term is 3 years. Break a lease, break a lease, break a lease. He had to pay a penalty for breaking the lease early. He had to pay a penalty for breaking the lease early. Leasing, leasing, leasing. The company specializes in car leasing. The company specializes in car leasing. Move in, move in, move in. We moved in last weekend. We moved in last weekend. Move out, move out, move out. She moved out after the lease ended. She moved out after the lease ended. Move into a place. Move into a place. Move into a place. They moved into their new office last month. They moved into their new office last month. Overdue payment. Overdue payment. Overdue payment. The landlord charged a fee for the overdue payment. The landlord charged a fee for the overdue payment. Renovate, renovate, renovate. They plan to renovate the kitchen next month. They plan to renovate the kitchen next month. Renovated, renovated, renovated. We stayed in a renovated apartment downtown. We stayed in a renovated apartment downtown. Renovation, renovation, renovation. The building is closed for renovation. The building is closed for renovation. Refurbished, refurbished, refurbished. The company sold refurbished laptops at a lower price. The company sold refurbished laptops at a lower price. Rental agreement, rental agreement, rental agreement. Please read the rental agreement carefully before signing. Please read the rental agreement carefully before signing. Security deposit, security deposit, security deposit. You must pay a security deposit when you rent the apartment. You must pay a security deposit when you rent the apartment. Tenant, tenant, tenant. The tenant is responsible for paying utility bills. The tenant is responsible for paying utility bills. Landlord, landlord, landlord. The landlord collects the rent on the first of every month. The landlord collects the rent on the first of every month. Landlady, landlady, landlady. The landlady is very kind and helpful. The landlady is very kind and helpful. Terminate, terminate, terminate. They decided to terminate the contract early. They decided to terminate the contract early. Termination, termination, termination. The termination of the lease must be done in writing. The termination of the lease must be done in writing.